What if that sugar-free label you trust so much was actually making your blood sugar worse? You see, for years, diabetics have turned to artificial sweeteners as a safe alternative to sugar. No calories, no carbs, no spikes. Sounds perfect, right? But here's the truth no one's telling you. Not all sweeteners are safe for people with diabetes. In fact, some of them may be doing more harm than good, affecting your gut, your insulin response, and even your cravings. In this video, we're going deep into the real science behind artificial sweeteners and their impact on diabetes. Whether you use them in your morning coffee, your diet soda, or your favorite sugar-free snacks, what you learn today could change how you manage your blood sugar for good. Welcome to Smart Sugar Life, the channel where we bring you real science-backed answers for living well with diabetes. If you're looking for ways to improve your blood sugar naturally and stay ahead of hidden risks, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button so more people can find this life-changing information. Let's begin by answering a critical question. What exactly are artificial sweeteners, and how do they work? Artificial sweeteners are chemical compounds created to taste sweet without adding sugar or calories. Some of the most common ones are aspartame, sucralose, saccharin, acesulfame, potassium, and neotame. They're used in everything from sugar-free gum and yogurt to protein shakes, and even diabetic medications. Now, they don't raise blood sugar directly because they contain little to no carbohydrates. But that doesn't mean they're harmless. Some studies suggest that artificial sweeteners may actually alter the gut microbiome, the delicate balance of bacteria that plays a huge role in metabolism and insulin sensitivity. When this balance is disrupted, inflammation can rise, and your body may start reacting poorly to glucose, even if you haven't eaten any real sugar. And that's not all. Certain sweeteners, like sucralose and saccharin, have been shown to cause insulin spikes in some individuals, despite having no sugar. This response varies from person to person, meaning what's safe for one diabetic may not be safe for another. If you've been relying on diet sodas or sugar-free desserts and still struggle with cravings, energy crashes, or blood sugar swings, these sweeteners might be playing a bigger role than you think. But it's not all bad news. There are safer, more natural options out there. And in this video, I'll show you which ones truly help your blood sugar and which ones to avoid. Stick with me, because next we're breaking down how each major sweetener affects your body, and the surprising link between artificial sweeteners and weight gain in diabetics. Let's dive into the sweeteners themselves. First up, aspartame. One of the most commonly used artificial sweeteners, found in diet sodas, sugar-free gum, and even medications. It's about 200 times sweeter than sugar, so only a small amount is needed. Aspartame doesn't directly raise blood sugar, which is why it's popular among diabetics. But here's the problem. Your body still detects something sweet, and that can trigger a metabolic response. Some studies suggest that aspartame may disrupt hunger hormones, making you crave more food later, especially carbs. For some people, it may even trigger headaches, mood swings, or digestive issues. And although the FDA considers it safe in moderation, people with certain conditions like PKU, phenylketonuria, must avoid it entirely. Next, let's talk about sucralose, often sold under the brand name Splenda. It's around 600 times sweeter than sugar and is heat-stable, which makes it popular for baking. The problem? Sucralose has been shown in some studies to disrupt insulin sensitivity, especially when consumed regularly. One clinical study showed that healthy individuals who didn't usually consume sucralose experienced a 20% increase in insulin levels after just one drink containing it. Sucralose may also negatively affect the gut microbiome, lowering beneficial bacteria like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, which are crucial for digestion, immune response, and glucose metabolism. Then there's saccharin, one of the oldest artificial sweeteners, used for over 100 years. It's 300 to 400 times sweeter than sugar, but it has a slightly bitter aftertaste, which limits how it's used. While saccharin doesn't contain carbs or calories, research from 2014 found that it can induce glucose intolerance in mice by altering gut bacteria. In humans, the same study observed that saccharin impacted blood sugar negatively in some individuals, depending on their microbiome composition. In other words, it may be safe for some, but harmful for others. Acesulfame potassium, often listed as ACE-K, is another one to watch. It's usually blended with other sweeteners to mask aftertastes and is found in light yogurts, protein shakes, and sugar-free candy. But studies show it may stimulate insulin release even though it doesn't raise blood sugar. And over time, that could lead to insulin resistance. Now here's the twist. Despite being calorie-free, these artificial sweeteners may actually increase cravings and lead to higher calorie intake later in the day, which works against weight control and diabetes management. It's a metabolic trick. Your brain thinks calories are coming due to the sweet taste, but when none arrive, it may send stronger hunger signals. This is one reason why some studies show a link between regular diet soda consumption and increased risk of type 2 diabetes, even among people who never drink regular soda. So what can you do? Coming up next, I'll share the top 3 natural sweeteners that actually support blood sugar stability, along with tips to reduce sweet cravings altogether without feeling restricted or deprived. Because living with diabetes shouldn't mean giving up sweetness. It should mean choosing the right kind of sweet. Now that you know the risks with artificial sweeteners, let's talk about the good news. There are safer, natural options that not only taste sweet but also support better blood sugar control. First, let's talk about stevia. Stevia comes from the leaves of the Stevia rebaudiana plant and is about 200 to 300 times sweeter than sugar, but without calories or carbohydrates. Unlike artificial sweeteners, stevia has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity in some studies and doesn't damage gut bacteria. It may even have anti-inflammatory properties, helping to protect blood vessels and nerves, 2 areas often harmed by long-term high blood sugar. Look for pure stevia extract without added fillers, like maltodextrin or dextrose, which can raise blood sugar. Second, we have monk fruit extract, also called luohanguo. Monk fruit contains compounds called mogrosides that give it intense sweetness, about 150 to 200 times sweeter than sugar, without affecting blood glucose levels. Research suggests that monk fruit may have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory benefits, supporting better cardiovascular and kidney health. It's an excellent option for diabetics looking to add sweetness without risks. Again, make sure you choose products labeled pure monk fruit without hidden sugars or sugar alcohols mixed in. Third, consider erythritol, a sugar alcohol naturally found in small amounts in fruits like grapes and melons. Unlike other sugar alcohols, erythritol has a glycemic index of 0, meaning it doesn't impact blood sugar or insulin levels at all. Because it's only about 70% as sweet as sugar, it tastes more natural and is less likely to trigger cravings. Plus, it's well tolerated in moderate amounts without causing the bloating or digestive issues common with other sugar alcohols like maltitol or sorbitol. The key with all sweeteners, even the natural ones, is moderation. Relying heavily on anything sweet, even a healthy substitute, can still maintain the psychological craving for sweetness, making it harder to retrain your body and brain for better glucose control. One of the most powerful habits you can build is to gradually reduce overall sweetness in your diet. This doesn't mean you have to give up everything you love. It just means recalibrating your taste buds to enjoy the natural flavors of real food. Small steps make a big difference. Use stevia or monk fruit instead of artificial sweeteners. Pair natural sweeteners with fiber and protein to slow absorption. Choose whole foods more often and reserve sweets, even healthy ones, for special moments. The more you reduce your dependence on hyper-sweet flavors, the easier it becomes to recognize natural hunger and fullness signals, reduce cravings, and maintain stable blood sugar levels. And remember, diabetes management isn't about restriction, it's about empowerment. Choosing the right foods, the right habits, and the right knowledge gives you the power to live fully, energetically, and confidently. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and share it with someone you care about. Also, subscribe to Smart Sugar Life for more science-backed tips to control your blood sugar naturally, without gimmicks or extremes. You deserve a sweet life, the healthy way. Stay strong, stay smart, and I'll see you in the next video.